Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. In today's video, we are going to explore the world of Google AI Studio. So Google AI Studio is a tool which is made by Google to make the integration with Gemini faster and quite accurate. Not only can we use our own structured prompt, but we can also use our own fine-tuned model to tweak the prompt to give accurate results. So as soon as you hit ai.google.dev/AI Studio on your browser, this is the web page that you are greeted with, right? So here, as you can see, they themselves say Google AI Studio is the fastest way to start building with Gemini. So I'll go ahead and click on sign in. So what that will do is basically whatever Gmail or Google ID that was associated with the browser, it will automatically take that and it will log us in. So after login, we see some very fancy sliders and terms here. No need to worry. We'll go through them one by one. But before going through the right hand side menu, we'll explore the left hand side menu first. So on the left hand side menu, as you can see, the first button says get API key. So whatever type of application that you are building, you will be required to generate an API key in order to talk to Gemini. So that is the starting point of integrating Gemini inside of your application. The application can be any kind of application, irrespective of the language that you are using Gemini with. You will require an API key to get started. The next option that we see here is called the create new prompt. So as soon as I click on this, I am able to see two type of options. The first option is a chat prompt and the second one is a structured prompt. So basically, whenever we are trying to make something like a chatbot, right, or an AI agent or a customer handling associate which uses AI, right? In those cases, we'll use the chat prompt option. But wherever we don't want the chat aspect of Gemini to come into the picture, it is then we use the structured prompt option to integrate Gemini, right? So the next option that we have is the new tuned model. So just as we saw, right, that we have two types of prompts that we can create, the chat prompt and the structured prompt. So if we are creating a structured prompt and we want to provide some testing data to that particular structured prompt, it is then the new tuned model option will come into the picture. Just after the new tuned model, we have the my library module where all of the prompts that we had previously created would be stored and we will be able to revisit them. So this was all about the left hand side menu of the AI Studio, and below this my library we have some handy links that we can use to learn more about Google AI Studio, right? So this was all about the left hand side menu. So let's now jump to the right hand side menu and see what other options we have. The first option that we have is for choosing the model. So, for example, Gemini currently supports three models: the 1.0 Pro, 1.5 Flash, and 1.5 Pro. The 1.5 Pro is the most latest one, so I'll use that. After that, we have token count. So, what Gemini does is whatever data that we give to Gemini as a prompt, right? It breaks down that text into small chunks of data, and each small chunk of data is a token. So in this particular case, we can see Gemini can accept a prompt which has around 10 lakh, 10.4 lakh tokens. But if we go over that, Gemini 1.5 Pro will not be able to accept the whole prompt as one message. After that, we see the temperature. So that as we can see, the temperature is a slider from 0 to 1, right? From 0 to 1. 0 being the least creative and 1 being the most creative. So if we choose the temperature as 1, Gemini will be very creative and will give us creative answers. But if we want Gemini to just stick to whatever instructions we are giving in our prompt, we'll be more inclined towards setting the temperature towards 0 or 0.1, 0.2, something like that. After that, we have a section called add stop sequence. So if we want to stop the response of Gemini as soon as we encounter a word, this is where we can provide that list. I will show this in action in the example that we are going to take very soon. After that, we have the safety settings. If I click on edit safety settings, you can see I can decide how Gemini will behave when it has responses that could be a bit harmful. So for example, I don't want any kind of harmful response for my particular prompt. So I will set each of the slider to block any kind of harassment related answer or hate related answer, right? So this is what we are going to do. After that, we have some advanced settings that also we'll cover in one of the upcoming videos. So now let's go ahead and try to create a new prompt. So the first prompt that we're gonna try out is a chat prompt, right? Click on OK. So here, first of all, I'll just edit this, and what we're gonna make today is a calculator. Ask Gemini to act as a calculator and give us the results of only addition based questions. Okay. Now, writing this description is very important because this serves as more context towards how Gemini will act. Act as a calculator and only give me the results as the answer. If you cannot compute the term given by the user, say invalid result. You go ahead and click on save. Now I have to define the optional tone and style instructions for the model. Be very precise and to the point, and return me the answer of the term that the user gives. If the term is not solvable, return invalid result. Okay. And the only change that I'll do here is I'll take down the temperature from 1 to 0. I want Gemini to follow my instructions to the T, right? So let's go ahead and try something. I'll give a very simple uh, mathematical term. So I gave 10 plus 5 and it returned 15. So now what we'll do is we'll try to add a stop sequence. We'll add a stop sequence at 0. And now intentionally what we'll do is we'll give an option like 10 plus 10, right? So 10 plus 10 will give us 20. So as you can see here, 10 plus 10 was supposed to be 20, but because we added a stop sequence of 0, it returned only 2. Now I'll just do one thing to show you how it works. If I give now 10 plus 11, right? 10 plus 11. Now it returns the right value, 21. But if I give anything related to 0, right? 10 plus 0, for example. So now instead of giving 10, it is returning me 1, right? So this is the utility of the add stop sequence. We'll remove this. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and try to give something very weird. We'll give 10 plus u 10 plus test, for example, right? So let's see what it gives. So it gave us invalid result, right? And so as you can see, this is now working really fine. Correct. Now we'll go ahead and save this. So this is now saved, and we can use this now. Now our prompt is ready. Like Gemini is ready to act as a calculator for addition, right? So now how do we integrate this? Correct. So what we'll do is we'll directly click on get code, and as you can see, it already gives us the Python implementation for adding this particular uh, adding this particular chat prompt to any Python application of our choice, right? So this is how you can create a very simple chat prompt and integrate it to your Python application or Android application or whatever application that you are working with very easy. So this was it for this video. We'll do an advanced technique prompt engineering in the next one. Hope to see you there.